transcribing it will be from Croatian, so it has to be done here. So sure.
But you want to have the original. You want to have the glavi.
There's much more content in terms of the interviews, but then there was this idea that you have selection, the portrait of the interlocutor, and then the interview, and then some additional images. So of course, if you have more pages, then you could be more visual, which is cool.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense to comparing somehow. This was the biggest issue in terms of the pages, because it was for a few countries. This for one country was 100, but the same size would be okay. But it is heavy anyway. I'm thinking about this, the terms of distribution.
Zamolila je da mi već sutra izbaci jednu računicu na osnovu ovog prvog, da koliko ću nešto mijenjati, da još imam do kraja tjedna možda tražiti B varijantu i da vidimo jesmo li unutar budžeta. Tako da sam zamolila da pošaljete uplate, objasnila sam joj, dakle, inicijator je muzej, ali uplate će vjerojatno biti zvani pa da objasnila. Tako da trebalo bi neki sutra već odgovor od nje, čisto aproks da vidimo jesmo li u tome što ti rekli, piše od toga. Mislim, napisala sam nešto, znaš, specifikaciju kao za ovaj njegov dio nesrebrni. Naš nekakav opseg kao ovo, 164 stranice, jedna boja, tiskamo samo crne, dakle super čip, isto neki tako fini papir, onda sam stavila taj kolor samo za unutrašnju stranu, da se igramo sa tom idejom antinaslovnice i kolor unutra ne vani, pa unutra možda reproduciramo onda ovo lahovski i Masturojc možda, jer su oni kolori, a ove sve druge slike zapravo su idealne za crno-bijelo.
Like Sanja Iveković and some kind of.
So we are thinking to publish photos in the magazine, but then it will be again, he will be in the magazine, but in the gay magazine.
Oh my god. With his other fellows. With his other fellows.
And Mr. Fox is in the collection of the museum?
Yes, one edition.
How many?
It's a no, there is another catalog published by museum about Gotovac, and there is a reproduction.
I think.
But he put the frame in a different colors, and it's only colors like that. That's why I like, and it's reproduced. Just check it. Yeah, this is it. This is a plastic Jesus. This is
ambiciozno to, kao tehničar si sam sve sam radiš, ali ovo možete treba brokica lijepiti ono stavite i možda treba sprintat nešto dodatno, tako da ćemo onda to kroz to financirati.
Da, to skuži s njim.
A ne, ali ko da mi danas kaže ili može ili ne može, pa ako možda ćemo ispati kroz ovo, a to ne može se danas ili odlučiti. Zapravo dobivamo i njega to što
Ti njega isto doživljavaš, tako je.
Mislim, to je bilo zanimljivo da se ono uključi u naš projekt i komunicira s ljudima. Mislim, meni je jasno šta bi napravio.
There is nothing concrete yet. Carol is still working, it's all in the process and we will get back to you. So I think that will be a trigger for him to send more materials, more images, as he promised, and I'm sure that he will do that, you know. So.
And for the cover, you use the same or you?
No, a thicker one.
Thicker one.
Thicker one, yeah, because I'm afraid, you don't want your cover to be damaged or easily, Okay, so just a quick mail to her and then we get back to the content. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a one-day performance, but it's also an office and it works as an office. So Queer Archive Institute started last year, and I'm generally traveling to different places working with the queer topic and the archives, and here I work on queering the collection of the Museum of Contemporary Art in Zagreb. So there are some books and selection of images from the collection and from the Croatian artists. And we are working with Rafaela, she's a graphic designer, on the new issue of my publication, Big Magazine, that will be only about Croatia and art and queer. So yeah, we arranged the working space and editing the interviews. It's almost on the final stage, but not ready yet. And yeah, this is more or less the idea. I don't know if you have been to the museum before.
It's the first time.
Okay, it's like empty space, and if we pretend that it's just storage or something. When I was first time in June, I came here to see it, and I thought why they are not using. And then we arranged as an office. I thought it's small, but it fits with everything. Tomorrow it will disappear. I work on the queer archives in Central Eastern Europe and South America, like everything which is not North America and not West Europe, basically. And I usually do a lot of interviews, but that's why the magazine is based on the oral history. I'm meeting people, doing interviews, collecting the private stories and images, and then putting together. But here it's a bit more art connected because it's dealing with the collection of the museum. Davor Maticevic, and he was very respectable. He worked with Marian Abramovic, all these artists that we have in the collection, and then he died of AIDS in 1993, and it was like a big scandal because people were also afraid that he will publish some diaries where he's describing his life, which was not really true, but there were these crazy articles in Globes magazine.
I see.
Yeah. And here is also interesting, you could see the photos of Mio Vasovic, who took the photos of the sportsman Miram Sharovic, who was a goalkeeper, and the Polet magazine in the 80s they published his photos naked as a reportage, and then it was censored, so the next issue they printed all black, same layout. Yeah. So we work on that, and this is Tomasz Gotovac, whose works are also in the museum, but he was playing with this nudity and sexuality, so now we are using his images also in the context of queering the collection. So in the future, it will be the idea is that it will be a huge website with all this material, so people could search, going through like keywords, going to different countries and aspects of the archives.
A lot easier.
Yeah. So here it was just the beginning with some images that I get from Poland and things, but now it's growing.